Hi and welcome to the first setup video for WP Authority Suite. Now this video applies to both the Lite and the Pro versions, so whichever one you've purchased, it remains the same. So the first screen that you need to come across to is the Authority screen, which is here. Now this will bring up this screen here. Now all you need to do to start it off is add in your Google Plus ID, which is probably the most important part. Now to grab that ID, all you need to do is come across to your Google Plus profile page, grab across your ID, which is that there, paste it in there, hit Save Changes, and that sets your Google Plus ID. The next section is the social networks. Now those social networks apply to these here. Now for example, if you didn't want to use Facebook, all you needed to do was untick the Facebook, hit Save Changes, that'll remove it. The next is the icon size. This icon size refers to the size of these icons here. So for example, if you want them looking a little bit bigger, just make it 32, click Save Changes. You'll see the icons are a bit bigger. You can change this text to follow me or add me, whatever you wish to add that to there. Hit Save Changes, it'll change it. The next section is the author box. Now you can add the author box in the end of either the post or the page. You can add it into a byline, you can add it as a footnote or a menu. Now it's set as directly as a default under the post or page. Now this is the one I would suggest keeping it as. It's the most recognised and people expect it to be there now, but obviously you can use the other ones if you wish. And if you wanted to use byline, just tick byline, hit Save Changes. Now the author box style, this refers to, if I just open up a post, this refers to this here. So you can see it looks quite fancy with the tabs across the top. What you can do is you can change the colours of the tabs. So for example, if you want to go back to black, save change, because at the moment I had it red, so it showed out that when that post was activated, that section was activated, but we can do it. Let's Save Changes, you can see it's gone back black. So that can be changed there. Now here, this shows whether I want to put the author box on pages, because sometimes you don't want them on every single page. For example, I want to show it on content submission or registered users. So all I need to do is highlight whichever one, click Save Changes, and it wouldn't actually show on that page, but it'd show on every other page. And all you need to do is Control and click to select multiple pages. Now if you want to show it on the front page, all you need to do is click here. Now if you purchased the theme, you can't actually show your author box on the front page because it just doesn't work how the page is actually set up. So that does apply to you if you've purchased the theme. If you haven't purchased the theme and you're using your own theme, if you want it to show on the front page, click that. Now this section here, the last section, applies to your category, tag and archive settings. So I've left it as default that I don't want my author box to appear in the search result categories and tag pages, because if you're using a multiple author theme, obviously if you've got more than one author, you can't show them all, you can only show one box. So I've just left it as default with not to show any. But if you're using this just for yourself, or you want to show your author box at the end of every category or tag setting, you just need to choose one of these two settings here and click Save Changes. Now that's how the first section is set up. Now the other section here is the user section. Now the user section applies to setting up this part of the author box, a little bit of bio by itself. So to change that, all you need to do is come across to users, go to all users, click on whichever one you want to edit. So for example, to set your Facebook profile ID, which if I just go back, which is this one here, obviously you can see, if you can see at the bottom, it's linking directly to my Facebook page. I'll just show you that. There I am. That links to your Flickr, so what you do is you put your Flickr ID in there, you put your Google Plus ID in here, I'd link to that, and again LinkedIn, your Skype, your Melanie, Twitter and YouTube. So you just put those URLs in here. So for example, your Skype username would just be melanie.group. So that's if you'd want to call Skype call melanie.group or contact me on Skype. You just click there. Twitter, take me directly to my Twitter page, my YouTube profile. Now the bio, the short bio, if I just want to edit that to make this, you know, longer here, and sorry, just go back to that post, and longer here, I could just put in something else. For example, I love building software. Click update. I should update that there. You see, and also update that one there. Refresh the page. So that's there. So you want to tick that to include on your list of authors. Now, if you want to put some extra information about yourself, you can put HTML in there. You can have a little picture about yourself. Anything you want, you can put in there. And this again applies to the contributor's title, your Twitter name. Mine's Rich Herman. Just put in there your Dribble, your Facebook, your Flickr, and if you're using the author theme, if you didn't want your username author box to apply and to show on the team page, just click there to exclude it. But obviously, if you're just using the software and not the theme, this won't apply for you. So all you need to do is put those in there, click update profile, and that'll update it. And again, so those two pages set this, and this box. So for example, you put your Google Plus ID. If you want to click on Google Plus, you can see like Richard Fairbairn on Google Plus, add to circles, and that'll show yours obviously instead of mine. So that's how you set the first section up. And the next section, I'm going to move to settings and dashboard, link builder, etc. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.